Monday was our birthday, and we decided that we're going to do a Q&A for you guys. So we asked you guys to send us in some questions, and you did. Thank you. So yeah, let me just get into it. So me and Steph went to this A-level school which was highly centered around arts and creativity, and I guess because we were constantly surrounded by creative people, we were constantly encouraged to create, and you know, it just kind of naturally developed from there. I guess we thought, why not share it to people, and why not share experiences, and so yeah, kind of just happened.
Like Emma said, we went to the same A-level school together, Hertwood House, and I did A-level photography, and personally for me, I just really liked looking at arts critically and analytically, and I think that was the first time I kind of got that chance to do it, and I wanted to continue with that streak of kind of taking art seriously. So it was a perfect opportunity to kind of keep doing that even after I left A-levels.
This is by far the most popular question. It is called Anala because Anala is a combination of 3 words: the Hausa word Aladu, the Igbo word Uminala, and the Yoruba word Asa, and they all translate to culture. And I felt that, you know, we felt that that was something that really exemplified what our blog was about culture and arts and society and that kind of thing. We just kind of made a play on those 3 words, and we thought Anala sounded the nicest. Someone told me it sounds like, you know, but that we need to stop, like, for the most part, it's quite random. I think it's quite random, to be honest. It depends on what me and Steph feel like working on, because but actually sometimes we plan posts catered to certain events or like certain periods in time. For example, for Christmas, Steph did one about adaptations of The Last Supper and pop culture, and just painting and art, and I did during Mental Health Awareness Week last year. I think I did a post on mental health and the arts about artists who had suffered from mental health issues and how they got through it and how they coped in some way. So sometimes we'll try to do things like that, but for the most part I think it's quite random. And for the get to know segments that we do, it really depends on our availability and the creative's availability, so pretty much.
Pretty simple, you know, we kind of just, it's really about helping each other out, I guess, getting a second opinion, getting, you know, another fresh look at things, because you actually do need people to look at you and be like, okay, that part is shit and that part is good, well done, and then you can kind of take it from there. But obviously we are like constructive and gentle with it sometimes with how we criticize each other, but it's, I mean, we know each other, we've been friends for a few years and we know how to talk to each other, so yeah. And even when we get on each other's nerves, it's still, we still come back to it, because like, you know, like it's just, you know.
I think the most fun interview we've had is probably the 90s Baby Idris King one, just because it was just so much fun. I don't know how to explain it. I brought my brother with me, Kanem, and they went to the same secondary school, so I thought it would be fun to bring him, and I thought it would make everything more chill, and it really was. It was so much banter. You can even hear me and Steph laughing in the background of the interview. But yeah, it was really fun. He's great. And yeah, it was a real fun one. Problematic? I can't really think of anyone that's been problematic. I don't know. Can't think of. But then the ones that we do in Lagos are usually problematic because Lagos is just really unpredictable and there's always traffic. We're always late. Or there'll be no light, or like a random woman will be screaming that she's selling chin chin in the background. Like, it's just Lagos is Lagos and it is what it is. But it's not that big of a deal because we're used to it. But yeah, that's probably what would be problematic.
Definitely, I agree. The 90s Baby one, it was so fun. We did the little quiz thing. It was amazing. Also, I'd say the TSE one because he's just so funny. He's so funny. And we had our little like meow thing going on and that was just so much fun. Then the most problematic, also the TSE one because you know we had to decide between shooting indoors and shooting outdoors, and indoors was a bit noisy because there were quite a few people there, and outdoors was also very noisy because I mean people were out there living their life, you know what I mean? So it was hard to like kind of find that balance and make sure you know the audio was good even though it was shut, and the visual was good, like you know they had a good background and everything. I mean it's okay at the end of the day. I messed up the camera settings, but we put it out there still.
Okay, this is a really good question. I just hope we make an impact in the Nigerian creative scene as well as just in Nigerian youth in general. Just letting people know that it's okay to go down a creative route and not to be scared to really explore your options within the art industry, because I feel like especially being, I don't know if anyone can relate, but like especially being Nigerian, you're told that if you're an artist or if you want to do art then you'll be poor and like by the wayside. But like there's so many options in the art industry and I feel like there are too many lawyers, doctors, engineers. Like we need other people. Like we can create jobs for ourselves, we can, you know, there's just so much you can do and don't limit yourself to the norm. I feel like I've digressed from the point, but the point is I hope we can make that impact.
Emma has given such a profound response to this. I just don't want to come in here and say shit, but still, I'm gonna say I would love to see us curating exhibitions, you know, maybe even have our own gallery, definitely in connection with more artists. We've talked about this before, Emma and I, some like talent management, you know, getting people in connection as, you know, with people who can take their career further as artists and like furthering people's career, giving them like a platform to kind of to push themselves and put themselves out there as motivation for people and, you know, all that good stuff Emma said.
Project A. Project A was this event that we did this summer. Was it June or July? June or July. We got this studio and we rented out this space and we turned it into an art studio for the day. So we got like art supplies, fashion, fabrics, scissors, like just we had a fashion corner, like a fine arts corner and a photography corner. We also had food and drink and we just had people come by and like use the materials and just like socialize, and it was really chill, really fun. I met loads of new people who are so dope, and I just said dope, but I met loads of new people who are really cool, and I'm really happy that we had that experience, and I'm really happy we did it as well because it really showed how much you guys support us, and I just want to say a big thank you.
Project A is definitely like up there, like #1, but I'm just going to say something different because, you know, we can't keep saying the same thing. I'm going to say this summer in general, because we got to meet so many new people with the blog. We kind of like purposely put ourselves out there and we kind of went around. It's like, oh, this is us, get to know us, you know. And because of that kind of active, you know, marketing, I would call it, we met so many people, got in touch with so many people that are just amazing and like funny and creative, and it was just a great experience, you know, just being out there. You bet, you bet, you bet.
Okay, so I'm studying law. I'm just interested in it. But I do get where that question comes from, because obviously I'm so into arts, but then I'm studying law. I guess when I was doing my art A-level and all my friends were applying to like foundations and like art history courses, I kind of felt like it wasn't for me in terms of the fact that like I didn't want to create art for a living. I guess at the time I wasn't really knowledgeable about all the other career options that I could have within the art industry, such as like curating and like things like that, just, you know, which kind of goes back to say why I really want a blog, to make people aware that there are other things you can do in the art industry other than being an artist, unless you want to be an artist, which is fine. But yeah, I just didn't have that knowledge at the time. I looked at a bunch of courses and I thought what would suit me and my abilities and what I like to do. I've always been quite academic and I really like problem solving and clues and things like that, so I thought law would be a good option for me. Now that I'm doing it, I ideally would like to merge my two loves together, and I'm currently exploring my options in the business of art and art law, so fingers crossed. Honestly, women, I feel like there are not enough women in any industry in Nigeria, and there need to be more. The men I've met in the art industry in Nigeria have been lovely, but I just think there needs to be more women, just because, I don't know, like the feminist in me just wants more women to be seen. I want their views to be seen. I want to see them express their views through their art. I want to see different perspectives. And yeah, and you know, I was actually talking to someone recently about this, someone that we interviewed, and she was talking about how she couldn't find any female mentors for an apprenticeship, and I just felt like, why is that even a thing? Like, you should be able to find a female mentor to teach you, you know, someone to learn from, someone who can inspire you. And I feel like it's just necessary to have women in the art industry, and I really hope that next year I can see more of that.
I would like to see, you know, more professionalism, because in general, like, Nigerians lack professionalism, but I think that as a generation, especially within the younger generation of this creative scene, we do have an opportunity to be so much better than the older generations are. So are we going to like stay on that kind of level of, you know, late coming and like not, you know, rewarding people for their services kind of thing, or are we going to do better than that and just be professionals, which I think that we should be and we can be as a younger generation in general. Also, I would like to see more diversification. So I know people are going into a lot of things. There's like film, there's photography, there's a lot going on, and people are crazy talented. But I would like to see us branching out more, going wider, educating ourselves more, and then bringing that all back in to play with it and like modify it, and then have like completely never before seen content before, because that is what I would love to see. I would love to see people explore weird stuff and new stuff, and there's already weird and new, more of that.
My favorite blog post, I think, would be the health piece, to be honest. I think I was really proud of that one, and a lot of you guys liked it, so thank you. And yeah, I'm all for anything that brings awareness to mental health, and I'm really happy that I was able to do it in a way that some of you guys could relate to. Other than that, maybe my sketchbook post, because I never usually share my art, and I posted it, and you guys were very supportive, so thank you.
For me, probably I did one called Mental Health in Film. I really like that one because I wrote it while I was at a really low point in myself, in my life, in myself too. I mean, and writing about it at that point was like, okay, I'm exploring what, you know, the kind of representations are. I'm calling myself out, and I'm like looking at everything. So yeah, and also the feminist series one. There's a part 2 coming very soon. It's been a whole year, but part 2 is coming very soon. I really like that because I'm such an aggressive feminist. I don't like people who are not feminist in my life, you know. We are feminists. If you're not with it, cut. Snip, snip. You know what I mean? Yeah, so those two.
Ooh, although I say Product A was one of my favorite moments, it was also the most challenging because I think with the blog it's just, you know, us on our laptops and like putting things out there, and like if no one reads it then well and good, like it's fine. I didn't spend any money on it, but like with the event it was like we're putting in a lot of funds, a lot of like effort. If like you want to make sure everyone has fun, want to make sure it's safe, you want to make sure like we're not making any losses. It was really stressful. Like me and Steph were like stressing, but at the end of the day it was amazing. You guys came through and it was worth it, so thank you again.
Kind of meeting our first proper, genuine, organic supporter, someone who actually just saw our stuff and liked it. I was like, I mean, you do go out with the intention of like, yes, inspiring people and touching people and like getting people to like your stuff, but when it actually happens and you meet someone that does it like just so organically, it's amazing. So shout out Zainab, like we love you so much. Like she's the first person that kind of like came to us and was like, I love your work and I love what you do. Like you guys have put me on. I love it and I love you, Zainab. Thank you guys so much for watching this. We have a lot more coming for you. Videos, interviews, articles, etc, etc, etc. So stay tuned. Subscribe, follow, Instagram, Twitter. We're everywhere. Love you guys.